Action.
Hello, my name is Jolene Colby. I am doing my speech number 4 for speech class COMM 110. This is my persuasive briefing speech. I will now show my audience. I have these 3 ladies right here. I have this one right over here. And then I have my camera holder right there.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, I will now begin my speech. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jolene Colby, and I am working on my persuasive speech on texting while driving. The specific reason for this speech is to persuade everyone to stop using their cell phones while driving because it is very irresponsible and dangerous. Majority of people use their phones on a daily basis, whether they are at work, at home, or even while they drive.
Okay.
Today,
Okay.
I would like to persuade you all to stop texting while driving. Not only will it save your life, but it will also save the lives of other people around you. Because when you're texting and driving, not only are you putting yourself at risk, but you're also putting those around you at risk. Because you could veer off the road, you could cut them off and not even know it and cause an accident. I'm now going to show you and talk to you about how texting and driving is portrayed in the media, and then give you some specific statistics that I found on this subject. According to an article done by a gentleman by the name of Larry Copeland on March 8th of 2010, published in USA Today, there was a teenage girl by the name of Mariah West, who, like many of us, was a devoted texter. She was so good that she could text at the dinner table without anyone in her family never knowing. It got to the point where all of her friends tried to warn her when they saw her texting and driving, but she didn't think that it was very dangerous and that anything would ever happen to her. The day before her graduation, she was headed to a baseball game, and she was texting one of the players to let him know she was on her way. She lost control of her car and died later that day from her injuries. The last text that she read while she was driving was, "Where are you at?" After this incident, AT&T started a campaign because of Mariah's story about texting and driving, and for some time made a theme that no text is worth dying over. So basically they were trying to make a point of, if you're going to text, that it's not worth doing it while you're doing something where it could cause serious harm or put yourself or anyone else in danger. There's a lot of research that's been done on distracted driving and use of cell phones. Here are some of the findings. Oprah had a guest on her show, and he was a researcher from the University of Utah. He came on her show January 15th, 2010, and he found that talking on a cell phone quadruples your risk of an accident. That's just talking. Now, texting raises that 8 times. So, talking is dangerous, but texting causes that quadruple to times 8. According to textingwhiledriving.org, in the year 2008, about 16% of all the fatal crashes that happened that year were caused by distracted driving, and they found that the majority of them involved cell phones. Now, remember earlier how I stated that texting and drunk driving were nearly the same and had about the same results? Well, People are just as impaired when they are texting as they are by talking on a cell phone. The comparison is that when someone is on a cell phone while they're driving, it is like being at the legal limit of 0.08% blood alcohol and being at intoxication. And also, at any given moment, 10% of all drivers are talking on their cell phones. That's at any given moment. So, think about it. Is a text message really that important that it has to be done right away? I am sure that you can wait until you reach your destination to use your phone. So also remember that it is illegal in most of the 50 states, if not all, to text and drive. In conclusion to my speech, not only does texting or using your phone while driving impair your ability to drive, but it is dangerous for the people around you. I stated earlier, you can veer off the road, you can cut someone off. It just takes away too much of your time from paying attention to the road and could cause serious accidents. I know myself, I am an avid texter. I will not lie. I have a bad habit of texting an awful lot. Sometimes I'd rather text than talk to someone on the phone. But after this research, I can say that I will no longer be texting while driving because no life is worth it. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
Don't text and drive.
Don't text and drive, exactly. It's not worth a life, and especially a young life.
It's going to be kind of hard to get it through a young person's mind that it's not that important.
No, and that's very true. And that's where a lot of the problem lies, is the younger generation, because they depend so much on technology and cell phones that they think that they have to answer that text message right then.
And they think they're invincible and they're going to live forever.
Yes, exactly. Well, if there are no other questions or comments, this concludes my speech.